Africa TV Freak Up Studio live. LG Ultra Gear and Hot 6 2021 GSL Season 1.
Hello. There it is. Okay, it is. Totally threw me off my game there to start the show. It is time to close out the round of 4. We've got an exciting match tonight. It's going to be just delightful. Trap versus Maru. I'm off because I didn't get to do my intro like I normally do.
Yeah, no,
Normally I have something cool I'm going to say right before I go on camera, and then.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, you know those questions where it's like.
Yes.
Okay, you're going to be trapped on like a desert island. Which 3 esports people do you bring with you?
Sure.
You were not on my list before, but now I know for sure not to put you on my list because when your microphone isn't on for the first second and you can no longer commentate.
I can't. This whole show, we got to start the
what
entire
if we're on a
show
desert
over.
island, Tasteless?
Can we come back and do the round of 4 on a different day? That's my request. My mojo's gone now.
Yeah, I see
we
that.
have Trap versus Maru. The winner goes on to face off against Rogue. It could be one of our best finals in a long time.
It could be. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential there. I think all 3 of these players just make amazing matches against each other, so should be fun. Rogue, of course, got to the finals already, 4-3 over Dream. Games 5 and 6, if I'm recalling correctly. Games 5 and 6 were like really cool.
Yes.
So I would definitely check those out if you only have limited time.
It was delightfully close. I really thought it was honestly going to be a 4-0 or a 4-1. 4-1 is as close as I thought it could get, but it was a real back and forth, so do give that a look. Tonight, I think the quality of games here are going to be, for this matchup, the very, very best you could ever ask for.
Yeah, I think these two are going to give each other a real run for their money.
I think tonight we're going to really get to explore how PvT is played and understood at its highest level with these two players. I think we're going to have a lot of different games.
And I think that it's going to be one of those nights where, like, everyone's going to look at what Maru does to live and, like, make it competitive or win. And that's going to be what's pointed to for the next while about how to play TVP. play like Maru. Well,
Yeah, and with TY now retiring and going into his military service, I mean, I'm sure he'll be back eventually, but right now, really, it's Maru who's leading the front on how we understand Terran.
that's for sure.
And
I mean, innovation's still good. Beyond is coming back, but Maru is the top dog for
Right.
the race.
And going up against Trap, Trap has really been quite inventive on how he's mixed it up here with Protoss. We're going to go to an interview, then we'll hop to our games.
A spectacular semifinals match awaits us, and this is going to decide who moves on to the finals to play against Rogue. And now, the two previous junior members are wearing different uniforms to play against one another. Hello, Maru. Hello, Trap.
자, 먼저 조성주 선수입니다.
So, Maru,
4강이고요. 또 8강에
this is your second consecutive round of 4. And you have made it to round of 4 the most in GSL. It is your 11th GSL round of 4. How do you feel today?
항상 그래왔듯이
Well, as always, today my condition is not that good,
준비를 잘해가지고
but I have made thorough preparation, so I'm gonna try to be confident today.
이렇게 우리 셋이 이렇게 앉아 있다 보니까 이번에 좀 올려서 이야기를 해봐야 될 것 같네요. 자, 조성우 선수
Alright, Trap.
4시즌 만에 4강에 올라왔잖아요.
So you have made it to round of 4 after 4 seasons in GSL. So this is a GSL round of 4 in a long time. So what's your mindset like today?
항상 경기 오프라인 경기 준비하듯이
Well, just like always, you know, I have the same mindset in an offline match.
오랜만에 4강이시라고 하셨는데
And you just said that this is a round of 4 in a long time.
때도 그렇고 계속 경기장에 와서 그런지
But even in Super Tournaments, I kept coming here, so, you know, I'm not really that particularly nervous today. And this is your third encounter. You guys are meeting. It's the third time in GSL. In 2019 Season 1, Maru won. And in 2019 Season 3, Trap won. So this will be the third time. So how do you think the match is going to go today, Maru?
잘 알아가지고
Well, Trap knows me too well.
오늘은 좀 쉽지 않을 것 같아요.
So it's definitely going to be a little hard today, the match today.
조성우 선수.
Alright, Trap.
네. 좀 이제 좀 키가 우리 맞는 것 같아요.
Okay, it feels like the heights are matching now.
4강을 이뤘다,
So you have made it to round of 4, which was your goal.
없으신가요?
You said previously. So are you not ambitious anymore?
욕심은 없었는데
Well, I have no ambition,
경기 준비하면서 스트레스는 너무 많이
but I gained a lot of stress during the preparation.
일단 상대가 성조라서 그런
And my opponent today is Maru.
아직 요즘에 좀 게임이 잘 안 돼서
And recently, my games haven't been going great,
스트레스 좀 많이 받았어요.
so I gained a lot of stress.
스트레스를 많이 받으셨다는 건 정말 열심히 했다
So,
이렇게 느껴지거든요.
The fact that you got a lot of
누구와
stress
어떻게
means you practice really hard, right? So who was your scrim partner?
성주랑 이제 공유하기도 하고 친한 테란 선수들이
I mean,
많아가지고
I share some strategies with Maru and other Terran players.
한 선수들이랑 연습했어요.
So I played with the Terran players who are not as good as Maru.
선수들 좀 연습 만족하시나요?
Alright, Maru, are you satisfied with your practice
저도 뭐
beforehand?
팀원들도 있고 한솔이도 잘 도와줘가지고
I mean, Zaun helped me and other team members helped me too.
그렇군요. 두 선수가 사실 각 종족을 대표하는 선수들이기
So
때문에
the two players
오늘
are
결과를 예측하는 게 사실
the greatest
쉽지가
player in
않습니다.
the
그런
respective
의미에서
race.
마지막으로 서로에게 한마디씩
So before we get into the
나눠볼까요?
spectacular
먼저
match,
조성주
anything you
선수?
want to say to each other? Maru, you first.
그래서 세 번째 4강 만나는데
So this is our third time meeting each other. So today, I hope Trap goes easy on me. Alright, you Trap.
성주는 항상 저런 말 할 때 제일 무서워요.
Maru is always the most scary when he says that.
플레이를 좀 편하게 하고
Today, I want to play comfortably and try to move on to the finals.
GSL 5회 우승을 위해서 다시 한번
And Maru
결승에
is
올라가는
striving for his
조성주
G5L
선수,
accomplishment.
그리고 GSL 첫 우승을 위해서 다시
And
한번
Trap is striving for his first GSL victory. And we'll kick it off now.
All right, it's time to start our best of 7. Maru vs. Trap. I think this is one of the most difficult matches in our entire tournament to really call. I'd say it might be just slightly Maru favored. What is your take?
Okay, I think it's super even.
Yeah.
Like, I really do not have a favorite here. I'm kind of, my gut is telling me that Trap's going to take it tonight.
Really?
But I think it'll be close, yeah.
I'm leaning a little bit more towards Maru.
Okay. Which is, I think that whatever happens,
I don't think there's a wrong answer here for
surprise.
what you predict, really. I don't think it'll be a 4-0 on either side. That would be probably the biggest plot twist of the entire night, is if somebody managed to make this look one-sided. This is the best Terran versus the best Protoss.
Yeah, it certainly
We're going to
is.
flesh out everything we need to know about the meta at the highest level tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I do want to mention, like, Maru said that he was practicing with Zaun and some other Protosses, and I actually found that very interesting because, like, if I have to take, this is like a fun thing I like to do in my head, where I take 2 Protoss players to make another, or 2 players of a race to make another player of the race, right? Like, so if you cross Zaun and stats, you actually get Trap.
You cross Zaun and stats, you get Trap. Yeah,
Yes.
I would put Trap somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, well,
Those two.
yeah, something like that, right? So it's like, that's not a bad choice to
You're
practice.
saying that Trap is a Zaun stats pro gamer baby?
Well, actually, I think that what happened is they tried to clone Trap, and you know that movie with Michael Keaton, like Duplicity or whatever, where he makes a bunch of clones of himself, and like,
Oh, I do know this. Yeah, Multiplicity, right?
Multiplicity,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, basically each clone is like only a part of him. So like, eventually he has ones that just cry and ones that are angry all the time. Yeah, I think that's actually what happened. Like, Trap, they made a couple clones, and like one was Zaun and one was Stats. One goes Glaives too much, and the other one only defends.
Another one sassy, does too many timing attacks that don't work. I mean, I like that.
Call him the father Protoss. Everyone is derived from Trap.
Trap is like the Triforce, and it was shattered, and it made a bunch of different Protoss players all over the land. And if we collect them and put the Triforce back together, we get Trap.
But there was an upside-down world with an upside-down Triforce that was broken, and then it formed Parting and and Haas.
Yes.
And all the NA Protosses.
Yes, in the upside-down world of nothing but cheese and cannon rushes.
There's no relation. Their DNA is different. They can't mate.
All right, we're going to go on to Jagannatha for map 1 in this best of 7. Again, the winner goes on to face off against Rogue. This is Maru versus Trap.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world, seized the stakes. We're living a life like 10 by 10.
Team NV, Maru.
Do you have the hiccups?
I had a hiccup. We don't.
All right.
It's unknown yet whether I have the hiccups.
I see you holding back hiccups right now.
Africa Freaks, Trap.
This is Artosis as his village drunk persona.
Yeah. We'll see. It could be.
Yeah, we've casted long enough together. I feel like we're getting close to every possible scenario.
Oh, I think we already did that too. So
Yeah.
We're just lucky that people don't remember. It's like we've even already casted this game, guys. Time is a circle. Tasis and I have. You think that we've been doing GSL for almost 11 years? It's actually like 450 years of GSL on loop. You're like, well, how many? When does it get canceled? I'm like, oh, it's actually 3 seasons from now. It's really sad, guys. And that's when time loops again.
Yeah.
Okay. We just barely don't make it into 15 years of GSL. Like,
Okay, so we got a quick expand here from Trap. Maru appears to have the same plans, so Trap's trying to block that for the time being, but the command center does eventually go down.
dude, I gotta say,
Yes.
like before this picks up, I am actually very excited for this match. I think that this has insane potential as a best of 7 between these two, and I'm not exactly sure what to. Like we were talking about, right? I can't really predict it, but it's just like this feels like the perfect match, and I think it's actually better now than it would have been in the past because they are not on the same team anymore, right? They don't live together.
That's
they don't
right.
see each other as much. Like when you're sitting across the room from someone, you basically know how they play. Here it's like there's been some time between that since they were in the Jin Air house, right?
Yeah. No,
So it makes me even more excited for the match.
Yeah, I think that you make a very good point. You know, when you see two players from the same team, like whenever we cast Jin Air games, or we did in the past, it was always a little bit weird because you know there's mind games that we just, as casters, can't know. We don't live in the pro house with them. We don't, you know, if you're training that hard, you're sharing all of your thoughts about the entire game with your teammate constantly.
Yeah.
You're playing together. You're timing out certain builds. That's why Jin Air was so dominant, is they basically had a StarCraft 2 think tank with great players from all the races. But you're right. Now they're on different teams. They're still supported, but
I'm
the
sure they still play
environment is
together
different.
and stuff. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I think just putting a little bit of distance between them is going to make this better, I think. Now, it is a proxy Stargate Oracle against a very fast 3cc, so let's see how he actually ends up trying to hold this. Just has those 5 Marines. That's plenty to hold off that first Oracle, and he does have the eBay on the way, so he will be able to get some turrets up as well in case, you know, those, like the Oracles get, you know, stacked, held back, teamed up, right?
Here comes that Oracle now. Actually doesn't kill the first SCV. Gets 2 shots off and can't close out for the kill here. Same with that SCV as well. Kind of a clunky engagement here.
Yeah.
You know, losing half of your HP on the Oracle to only kill an SCV and a Marine is not worthwhile.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a little bit sad for him, right, to see that it was 3 Command Center because it's not like a reactionary thing that was already decided. And now, okay, yeah, he's making another Oracle and just instantly going into a 3rd Nexus, but he has added 2 gates as well.
He's getting another Oracle here.
Oh, a 3rd Oracle as well,
that's not as common.
Yeah, I like it, though, here, right? Because you know that he's not teching up very quickly. Like, you've already scouted everything out. So I think in a situation like this, you can actually make 3 Oracles. If he made a 4th, I wouldn't go crazy over it. A 5th, that would be insane, but...
Yeah, well, it makes me wonder if you could maybe bank up enough and kind of spring a real big attack on him. Doesn't look like he's going to get that 4th Oracle, though.
Yeah, and the thing is, 3 is a good number because 3 one-shots Marines and one-shots SCVs, and you know that there's not mines or anything, right? So, like, this is a pretty dangerous amount. You can do a lot of pinning with this. You're taking a very quick 3rd as well, which is important.
Yeah, you know, another clunky engagement here. He's going to lose 2 Adepts, maybe even all 3, and then he didn't really get any kills on those SCVs, and I don't want to... I hope I'm not reading into this too much, but Trav has looked to have a bumpy start here with a lot of micro stuff that we normally glaze over in the cast because players don't make any mistakes, and it's sort of a perfect back and forth. But here we've actually seen, I would say, a pretty decent amount of micro errors here from Trav.
It wasn't perfect. I think the decision for the Shade was worse than any of the Oracle harassment.
I agree.
Because, like, the Oracle harassment, you get in there and he has 5 Marines. It's like, yeah, you're not going to get that much done no matter what. Like, Maru knew it was coming, so I guess you probably didn't expect too much as long as you don't lose the Oracle. I'm, like, kind of okay with it. But, yeah, the decision to Shade in 3 Adepts is like, well, I mean, we know he's just making Marines. So do you think that all of them are in the main?
He was far in enough that he could have just canceled. I mean, that's one of the things about Adepts is the Shade can be abused normally because you can cancel it. So you can basically run and get intel, and if you see that there's an opportunity, then you let the Shade finish.
Yeah. Now he's throwing down some stasis wards here, and I think that is fantastic usage of these Oracles right now because we're hitting a critical mass on Maru where those Oracles actually can't fight the Marines because they would just pop. They will evaporate. So to get a few of those up, and he does have some Adepts to pick off like single units that try to come up to trigger them. He's going into the armor as well as charge. He's getting storm. I think it's a pretty solid follow-up, but like just looking at the builds they've both chosen, you have to like Maru's more. Like Trap has had to react to a lot of things Maru has done so far, but Maru is following his game plan, and it's strong.
Yeah, you're completely correct. Maru is going to be, in a little bit here, gearing up for an attack. One of the things about this, well, here it is actually coming out now. little bit earlier actually than I thought it was going to be. There's no medevacs with this unless I'm not seeing something here.
A little mistake there. I feel like you want to sit on top of stasis wards to prevent units from coming in to get
I
hit.
agree.
To hit them, right? Like I think that's actually very important.
He does have a medevac with this. There is one tank, but he's going to actually drop here into the main. It looks like Trap is ready or was almost ready. Can he get a feedback off? No. Gets one. Not quite, I think, what he was looking for here.
Well, there's no healing at least, so he will clear that out. Kills off a decent amount.
Pretty patient by Maru. He actually turned back away. I thought he might try to set up some kind of a push here, but I mean, overall, that was a pretty big shutdown there by Trap. He didn't really lose anything of value, whereas even though Marines are fairly expendable, they're kind of like Zerglings for Terran. But I mean, I would say that Trap is looking a little bit better here. But we got to wait for this next push here. The fourth base, in this case, has been taken towards the middle, which makes it a little bit more pushable than, let's say, it was at the bottom right.
Oh, that was an amazing catch right there on the stasis ward. I love that he's still putting them out.
Yeah, now if he can actually get to where he can chase away the medevacs before they can pick up, that would be a pretty big play.
But Maru is coming down. He's leaving the medevacs there, acting like he wants to pick this up, but he's moving with the rest of his army down towards the third base. So the third base could be in trouble here.
He's going to do it again.
Yeah, it's in real trouble.
Damn!
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, that's not the way it's supposed to go.
No. But, I mean, the two stasis wards have done phenomenally here for him. Really, they have. Like, that could have killed the Nexus, maybe. You know?
Yeah.
I guess the storm would have hit, and it would have really weakened them up, and you could have double stormed. But yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just snapped off that piece of army.
Snapped it off as if it were a Slim Jim.
Yes. Well, he chewed it up and then spat it back out. I mean, that was pretty
Break
crazy.
me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Dude, I actually am a little bit surprised at how well these engages are going for Trap.
Very clean.
I mean, we've seen an unusual amount of stasis wards coming down, but we see why.
Well,
they're such a good idea.
I think that was the key thing you said there, an unusual amount, so Maru's not really used to that right now. I think he will adjust to it, but here we go. Trap pushing forward right now. There are some depots set up so he can micro through, but that's a lot of
these storms are pretty ridiculous, man. He takes the tank out. The Terran army's disjointed. I think, actually, this may be the end of game one here. I don't see much that can come down and fight this. I mean, these are 4 Archons and plenty more here for damage.
That's a really well-placed bunker, which is kind of slowing him down some, but it's a lot of damage so far.
Yeah,
15 SCVs dying, a lot of his army as well.
He can go up to this not-so-well-placed bunker up here, though, and I think take the fight. I think the problem is this is way too much to actually stop. We've got some more Zealots coming in here. Great storms, really making the SCVs useless. And it looks like, you know, really the engages that Terran had onto Protoss were so poor that now Protoss just has a straightforward attack that comes in, and there's just not enough here for Maru. And if he pushes up the ramp, which I think he can pretty easily, I think we just go right into game 2. He's going to be on top of production. There's nothing you can do to stop this.
He's killed a lot, man.
There's more medevacs than there are infantry right now. And he's juggling these Archons quite well. Looks like actually just barely he fights back with this, but I do question if he could simply warp more units in and take another fight.
It might be a stronger move to pull back, get reinforcements, like full reinforcements, and then come back.
Yeah, I
that
think so.
feels to me like it's actually probably the optimal play, but you're right, he might be able to warp in and just run him over too.
Yeah, well, he's getting 4 more Templars here, and you know, the Storm was the real damage dealer back there.
Yes.
It just made it so hard to take any fight, and now that he's got 4 more Storms in his back pocket, I don't know about Terran surviving this next attack. Protoss expands on. Oddly enough, Terran is continuing to grow despite having virtually nothing to defend with.
Yeah, he's actually got good supply and everything.
Damn.
Oh, boy.
He saves some of that, but I don't know if you can put that back on the ground realistically here. Widowmine's not burrowed. 2 of them are going to be picked off immediately.
Yeah, he's coming up and taking that choke point. Looks like some damage being put down onto these SCVs as well. Maru coming down the ramp. You can see Maru's like mastery here. He's so dead, but he's still fighting so well. 2-2 upgrades on either side.
And I'm kind of surprised we're still in this. I mean, Maru's fighting back, but there's just so much. All that Terran could do is basically take a few swipes here and there, right?
Yeah, Maru needs to be very efficient for a very long time to make this work out.
Yeah, Trap is doing this correctly, though. The fact that he's backing up. It's not a matter of just, like, go kill him, because Maru might be able to take some a few fights with his micro and come out and win. Instead, Trap goes back, and I know it's pretty old to say at this point in time, but get more ahead.
Yeah.
If you get this far ahead,
never too old to say, Tasteless.
It's up to your opponent to figure out how to win a game. And I mean, from here, Maru is now essentially maxed out. He can push once more. His tech is even more sophisticated now that Colossus have been incorporated in with the rest of this.
Yeah, but we do have EMPs. We do have you know, some mines spread out there. It's an extremely Zealot-heavy composition, so that is something that, with the right building placement, with the right splash damage, and the right micro, you can whittle down. It's tough, though, because Trap has, like, massive army supply right now. Maru's catching up, though. I mean, there's still, like, a small chance for him. I mean, it's Trap, so I feel like there's not really, but let's see what he can do. Some nice EMPs go down. The charge comes in.
Oh, nasty storm up there at the top.
Indeed, another one as well. Continues to push forward. More units coming down. A couple of Vikings actually joined the fray, and we'll be able to knock out a couple Colossus pretty quickly.
I think that is it. That's the nail in the coffin there. Trap. You know, the back and forth at the end was interesting, but I think the big takeaway should be those stasis wards.
Yes,
that
100%.
Basically, they were both building up pretty well, and honestly, I think Maru was a little bit ahead before the first big attack. We saw Trap kind of fumble some of his engages. He lost those adepts pretty needlessly.
Yeah, the adepts were a little bit sloppy.
Pretty, I mean, I think any GM normally doesn't even get into that position, right? And we're talking about Kodas round of 4 here. But the fact that those stasis wards caught chunks of Maru's army and allowed the entire infantry set to be wiped out. It wasn't a trade at all. Allowed for a counterattack from Trap that basically spiraled Maru's entire game out of control. And from there, all Trap did was be patient, produce, push, and then pull away when he thought this isn't absolutely in my favor. We're going to go now into map 2. It's on Oxide. Right now, Trap with a 1-0 lead.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world, seized the stakes. We're living a life undead by
Team NV, Maru. Africa Freaks, Trap.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about that as well, because I think your analysis of the stasis wards was pretty spot on. But, like, to open the game, I think Maru had a very strong plan, which actually was in good shape after he scouted what Trap was up to. But then Trap, like, reacted very, very well. I think the Adept Shaden was a little bit sloppy, that was a little bit greedy, but other than that, I think he played very well. Like, it was all more reactionary, whereas Maru had more of a straight up plan of, like, this is what I'm going to do and this is why it's strong, right? And then Trap definitely, what turned the game into Trap's favor, because I think it actually was Maru favored until the stasis wards were the stasis wards. And it actually reminds me of this conversation I had like 12 or 13 years ago when I first moved out here. I was sitting on the couch in the Easter house talking with the coaches with the help of a translator, and like we were watching a Jaedong game on TV, right? The greatest Zerg ever in StarCraft 1. And the coach was saying, oh gosh, in this situation, like you have to do this, this, and this as Jaedong to have a chance in this game. And Jaedong did those 3 things plus one thing the coaches didn't think of, and they were like, that's why it's Jaedong. Like, he does that extra little thing.
Yeah.
That is why he's a champion. That's why he wins, because he outthinks everyone in a way like that. And I feel like that's what we just saw from Trap.
I really like what you said there. That's so true. It's like Trap might have won that without all those stasis wards, but he's every little bit that he can put in to make it more complicated and more difficult. Trap beats literally 99.99% of all Terran players easily.
Yes.
But you add in that stasis ward and then you beat Maru.
Yeah, and
then you win
Maru,
a GSL Kodas potentially.
Maru with the same build orders against other players, probably would have beaten pretty much everyone. Like it was beautiful. Those Stasis Swords were well placed. Like he had the Storm follow up. Trap has been playing Quick Storm lately. It's kind of like in his style at the moment. And the thing is, I think Maru will react to it some, and we'll see how he can fight that off. But anyways, just a really awesome victory for Trap. Now, Maru this game is going up into 3 racks very quickly, which is not very Maru-esque. The only high-level Terran that I ever see do this is Beyond. So that, to me, is very interesting that he's chosen this build.
So this is, I think, because we don't have these guys on teams anymore, Maru can, or teams together, I should say, anymore. I think this is why Maru can try this. First of all, we've seen Beyond do this. It doesn't always work when Beyond does it. And he's kind of like the guy who's known for this, right?
Yeah. In fact,
Beyond's,
most of the time it doesn't work, and we're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Beyond's 2-base stuff backfires maybe a little bit under half the time. He's very good at it, but this is sort of his style. And I think Maru doing this, I can't think of a game we've seen Maru do this in a long time, if I can remember. To be honest, we've casted so many games, sometimes I don't remember ones that are even a couple years ago.
I feel like I would remember, because when I see a build like this, it's like,
it stands out, right? But I think this could throw Trap off by a lot. Trap probably assuming he's going to be quite safe for a little while. But on the other side, Trap is going for a DT drop. So,
oh my God.
Oh,
he almost caught
Hero Adept taking one for the team.
He actually was going out to intercept that. So now DTs are going to get in for free. Ooh, 2 Marauders. Those are not the units you want right now for this.
Yeah.
Okay, so he actually did bank some scans.
Yeah, he picks up the DTs as they lose their shields.
Yeah,
I don't know how many scans are available.
I think he actually saved 2, Tasteless.
Okay, well,
let's see.
It should, if he has 2.
Maybe he. Okay,
what?
He did. Wait, a little bit slow there, or maybe it was like 48.
Hold on, there's a push coming in here now. Because there's a DT over there, there's not going to be enough scans for him to both attack and defend. I think defense is more of a priority here. This DT drop, DTs are funny because, especially StarCraft 2, DTs are pretty brittle. But if you get enough of them, they can just start to fight. The damage they put out is insane.
Yeah, 45 is no laughing matter.
And so sometimes when you get like a small number of units and a small number of DTs, the DTs are the best thing in the game.
They can be. Now, the DTs have actually done fantastically. 9 SCVs. I mean, you can see there, right? Like, he's actually lost quite a bit, and it's going to go into Archon drop. The one thing, and I already see Trap fixing it, is when you go DT, like a DT opener, your army is just soft, because that is a lot of resources to put in. So he's making Immortals, which is generally what you do when you go DT, is you add in 1 to 2 Immortals into your main army.
Right.
And that makes up for the fact that your army's going to be super soft after going DTs. So the fact that he's going to Archon drop after this and getting Immortals before a 3rd base, I feel like Trap is perfectly prepared for today. I'm so impressed with him.
And I got to point out here, this is not the game Maru wanted to play.
No, it is
Maru
not.
was intending to push out and surprise a Protoss on 3 bases, but I think this is why we don't see Terrans do this as often, really. Really good control here.
He almost catches it!
Oh! He gets away?
Oh!
How does that even work?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's going to blend in with the trees.
It may as well go into warp mode so it looks like a tree.
Yeah. Where did it go?
Yeah, you can't see it anymore. What's the difference between these trees? It's the same tree.
The way the Warp Prism stays safe is it looks like it has eyes on its back, but it's not. Those are its feathers.
Yeah. Call it the tree prism. Look at that. It looks like a spinning
now, how's
tree.
that tree warping units in?
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Okay, so he's going to come up here now. And I'm
wild
not
attack.
entirely sure how prepared Terran is. There's no medevacs here. He's actually lifting the CC so he can have like a full clean engage. He doesn't want his own command center to act as an obstacle in the fight.
The really smart move. Him up if you hadn't done that.
That was a pro move right there.
Yeah, that was good. Very intelligent. Maru fighting back despite Trap's very nice opener here. So armies are pretty similar. Economies are actually somewhat similar right now. That 3rd Nexus is going to be finishing though. And Trap is probing up.
Yep, he's going to take out these depots. Again, another pain here for the Terran.
Yeah.
Trap, I think, is steering this game into a possible win. I mean, Maru could still fight and maybe come back. By the way, it's very cool to see how Trap, like, he defies all odds with these warp prisms.
Yeah,
he just
his
keeps
control
getting it
is-
away, and
That's twice that Maru dived on it, and
yeah.
he didn't get it either time. He like really looked like he was going to get
Yeah.
it both times.
Both times I was actually trying to get ready to play-by-play it to hit the note as it went down, and it didn't happen.
Poor Tasteless.
I know.
Trap
I'm like,
screwing
my
everything
moment,
up.
I'm like, he's really messing up the show for me.
He must have made
Yeah.
the microphone not work at the beginning. Trap
No,
is
but-
throwing all your timings off, all Maru's timings off.
Speaking of timings, by the way, third base, very, very late here for Maru. I mean, what started as a plan to harass and bully a three-base Protoss has turned into a starved two-base Terran, really. He's got a decent amount of army, but I don't think it's enough to be a real threat. So Terran is both behind in growth and unable to punish the Protoss that is getting bigger. And normally in any straightforward game, it's one or the other. Somebody's outgrown, but the other player could push it and do damage. This time, Trap gets to have his cake and eat it.
Yeah, and does, in fact, get to bring his cake home this time.
Yeah.
He's actually making a fair amount of Liberators pretty early on, and we don't see upgrades. So I think that this is his idea for coming back into this game, which makes sense, right? You're playing against, like, Immortals and stuff. So, yeah, Liberator, Siege Tank, plus your small amounts of bio. Let's see if it can work out.
Psystorm going to be dropped here. Does he not have energy?
Must not have on that first one. Some great ones go down there, and
yeah, this army's going to get crushed.
Yeah.
And now there's no tanks, and I mean, look at the difference in sophistication. It's infantry versus so many different types of Protoss units. He can kite for a while, but I mean, there isn't even a third base that you normally push onto to take and win this fight. Terran is stunted in growth.
Yes, he is. It's very rough for him right now. And it doesn't feel like it's going to get better because there's just going to be more Psystorms. That's the main thing that Trap is doing. And he's about to have Blink. His +2 is going to be finishing up. We don't see any upgrades going for Maru. He's kind of on a two-base all-in right now. And there's no way for him really to transition. Like, some people at home might be sitting there thinking, well, he needs to make a third CC. No. If he makes a third CC, he loses.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you're right.
He's so close to dead right now. He needs to make something happen. That's what he needs to do.
This is why most of these high-level games, if there's not a proxy or something very crazy going on, they're almost always builds that are set to alley-oop a third base easy. And Maru didn't do that. And now, I mean, maybe Maru comes back. I don't think it's going to happen, but maybe. But if he doesn't, Trap is halfway to the finals already.
I know, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Fourth Nexus coming up. Here comes Maru once again. And he's just making Marauders, Mines, some Medevacs, some Liberators.
If this fourth Nexus finishes and Terran hasn't killed a base or done something incredible, this game's over.
If this attack doesn't do it, the game's over.
Oh, here's the SCVs.
Yeah.
The SCVs after the fight actually goes down.
Yeah, this is a wrecking. He is
This is a
super duper dead.
bashing.
Yeah.
This is like, I don't even say this. This is Zangief's ultimate. He's picking Maru up and spinning around in the air and dropping him on his head.
A little bit. All right, so Trap goes up 2-0. Now, I do want to say, like, Trap is playing very well, but it's not that Maru's not playing well. The DT drop kind of got him. Sometimes it's a little bit of a gotcha thing, right, where the DTs do a lot. He followed it up really perfectly. The thing is, Trap is playing, like, without mistakes so far, pretty much. Like, he's playing very cleanly, very thought-out builds, follow-ups, continuations of those builds, macro. Everything he's doing looks really great. Maru, that build was a little bit funny to open with, but we don't know what it was going to turn into against something that wasn't a DT drop.
Totally.
And game one, I actually thought it was a great plan, and he actually was ahead, in my opinion, until the Stasis Ward. So it's not that Maru's playing poorly, and I don't think that this is indicative of what we're going to see after this commercial break. Like, Maru can come back here.
Short break, guys. We come back game 3 in our semifinals.
안녕하세요. 아프리카 TV e스포츠 그리고 게임 콘텐츠 사업 부문의 총괄을 맡고 있는 최정원이라고 합니다. 그동안 아프리카TV가 매년 새로운 그리고 더 많은 e스포츠 콘텐츠들을 여러분들께 보내드렸었지만 올해 처음으로 여러분들께 2021년 1년 동안 어떤 계획을 가지고 아프리카TV가 e스포츠를 진행하는지 소개해드리고 싶어서 이렇게 영상에 출연하게 됐습니다. 아프리카TV는 2021년 올 한 해 총 11개의 e스포츠 종목으로 구성된 16개의 정규 대회로 여러분들을 찾아갈 예정입니다. 365일 중에서 약 440회 이상의 풍부한 e스포츠 콘텐츠가 여러분들을 찾아갈 예정인데요. 이는 하루에 1개 이상의 e스포츠 정규 리그를 여러분들께 서비스한다는 의미입니다. 지금까지 존재했던 국내 e스포츠 방송사 중에서 가장 많고 다양한 리그를 제공하는 것이기 때문에 더욱 큰 의미가 있다고 자랑스럽게 말할 수 있습니다. 아프리카TV의 정말 많은 개인 방송 중에서 게임을 소재로 하는 방송들의 비중은 60%가 넘습니다. 그만큼 많은 BJ들이 게임을 소재로 방송을 하고 있고 많은 우리 유저분들이 다양한 콘텐츠를 즐기면서 게임 방송을 즐겨 시청하고 있습니다. 게임 콘텐츠들은 BJ들이 직접 플레이하며 방송하는 것도 있지만 개인들이 직접 하지 못하는 다양한 규모의 e스포츠 콘텐츠를 만들어서 우리 유저와 BJ들에게 제공한다면 훨씬 더 풍성하고 다양한 아프리카TV의 생태계가 될 거라고 믿습니다. 아울러 아프리카TV에서 활동하는 BJ들이 어느덧 BJ에서 프로게이머, 그리고 해설자, 코치 등 다양한 영역에서 e스포츠 활동을 이어나가고 있습니다. 이들에게 단기간에 끝나는 경력이 아닌 지속 가능한 커리어를 만들어주기 위해서라도 아프리카TV는 e스포츠의 모든 영역인 e스포츠 리그의 기획, 제작, 운영, 그리고 프로팀까지 계속해서 이어나갈 생각입니다. 자, 그럼 아프리카TV에서 올 한 해 준비한 e스포츠 리그 하나하나 소개해드리도록 하겠습니다. 스타크래프트 리마스터로 진행되는 국내 유일 스타크래프트 리그 ASL은 올해 2개 시즌이 여러분을 찾아갑니다. 또한 시청자 여러분의 요청에 따라 지난해 개막한 스타크래프트 팀 리그 ASTL 역시 2개 시즌으로 선보일 예정이니 팀 리그만의 묘미 맘껏 즐겨주시길 바랍니다. 2010년에 개막한 이래 올해로 11주년을 맞이하는 글로벌 스타크래프트2 리그인 GSL은 올해 총 3시즌 기존과 변함없이 진행되고요. 짧고 굵게 진행되는 단기 대회 GSL 슈퍼 토너먼트는 한 시즌 늘어 총 3시즌이 전 세계 스타크래프트2 팬들을 찾아갈 예정입니다. 국내 최초 배틀그라운드 프로레벨 리그였던 아프리카TV 펍지 리그 APL. 올해는 프로투어 2시즌, 최강 BJ들이 펼치는 BJ 한중 대항전 2시즌이 준비되어 있고요. 배틀그라운드 동아시아 지역 통합 e스포츠 대회인 펍지 위클리 시리즈 PWS. 지난 1월 24개 프로팀이 참가했던 프리시즌이 잘 마무리됐습니다. 앞으로 페이즈 2시즌, 스매시컵 2시즌이 여러분을 찾아갈 예정이니 많은 기대 부탁드립니다. 아프리카TV에서 개최한 롤토체스 한국 첫 공식 대회인 ATS 운명 시리즈 1차 서킷 대회가 지난해 성공적으로 치러졌는데요. ATS 운명 야수의 축제는 지난 2월 세트 4.5가 잘 마무리됐고 올 상반기 중에 세트 5가 찾아갈 예정입니다. 더불어 TFT 한국 대표를 가리는 레전드컵은 물론 글로벌 대회인 운명 챔피언십까지 모두 보내드릴 예정이니까요. 기대하셔도 좋을 것 같습니다. 인기게임 BJ와 전직 롤 프로게이머들이 참여하는 아프리카TV LOL 리그 ALL. 지난 3월 21일 파일럿 시즌이 잘 마무리됐는데요. 은퇴한 게이머들에게 새로운 동기를 부여하고 전혀 새로운 콘텐츠와 스토리로 기대를 모으고 있는 ALL. 파일럿 시즌 외에 올해 2개의 정규 시즌이 예정되어 있습니다. 더불어 한국과 중국의 대표 선수들이 격돌하는 ALL 한중전도 찾아갈 예정입니다. 지난해 라이엇 게임즈의 한국 최초 발로란트 이그니션 시리즈인 아시아 발로란트 쇼다운. 올해는 라이엇과 함께 발로란트 첫 공식 e스포츠 대회인 챌린저스 코리아 스테이지 1, 2, 3를 진행합니다. 또한 각 스테이지 사이 펼쳐지는 지역 마스터스, 글로벌 마스터스, 그리고 챔피언스 최종 선발전과 발로란트 챔피언십까지도 한국어 중계로 보내드릴 예정입니다. 이렇게 올 한 해 펼쳐지는 발로란트 챔피언스 투어 전체를 아프리카TV를 통해 모두 만나볼 수 있으니 기대해 주시기 바랍니다. 국내 하스스톤 선수들의 등용문을 만들기 위해 지난해 개막했던 아프리카TV 하스스톤 리그 AHL이 올해도 어김없이 열립니다. 우승자에게 마스터즈 투어 초청장이 제공되는 AHL은 올해 3개 시즌으로 여러분을 찾아갈 예정입니다. 가장 긴 역사를 갖고 있는 국산 e스포츠 카트라이더 리그도 지난 3월 개막을 했습니다. 아프리카TV가 처음 제작하게 될 카트라이더 리그, 많은 기대 부탁드립니다. 한국뿐만 아니라 전 세계적으로 흥행을 하고 있는 컴투스의 서머너즈 워 글로벌 e스포츠 대회 서머너즈 워 월드 아레나 챔피언십 2021을 아프리카 TV가 함께하게 되었습니다. 컴투스와 아프리카 TV의 첫 SWC 많은 관심 부탁드리겠습니다. 수많은 매니아 팬들을 갖고 있는 국내 최고 철권 대회 아프리카 TV 철권 리그 ATL. 지난 1월 이미 첫 번째 시즌이 치러졌고 올해 총 3시즌이 예정되어 있습니다. 더불어 팀을 이루어 진행되는 ATL 팀 배틀도 2시즌 예정돼 있고 연말에는 ATL 그랜드 파이널도 펼쳐질 예정이니 철권 팬들의 많은 관심 부탁드리겠습니다. 한국, 중국, 유럽 지역을 대표하는 워크래프트3 선수들이 총 출동하는 아프리카 TV 워크래프트3 리그 AWL. 최고의 선수들이 참여하여 성공적으로 진행이 됐고 올해도 총 3시즌 여러분을 찾아갑니다. 이렇게 총 11개 게임 종목으로 올 한 해 16개의 정규 리그가 여러분들을 찾아갈 텐데요. 이외에도 각 종목 최고의 BJ들이 꾸미는 멸망전도 준비되어 있습니다. 아프리카 TV BJ들의 콘텐츠 지원을 위해 만들어졌던 멸망전은 초창기에는 인기 있는 게임 리그 위주로 저희가 중심을 했지만 현재는 시청자분들이나 유저분들, 다른 종목 BJ들의 요청으로 인해서 더욱더 다양한 종목으로 늘어난 상황입니다. 지난해 하스스톤, 피파, 철권 등 12개 종목으로 총 17회의 BJ 멸망전이 진행됐고 총 1,100명의 BJ가 참여를 했습니다. 올해도 역시 다양한 포맷의 멸망전을 준비하고 있으며 약 1,200여 명의 BJ가 참여할 예정입니다. 특히 올해는 레인보우 식스, 모바일 게임, 종합 게임 등 새로운 종목으로 무장한 BJ 멸망전이 여러분을 찾아갈 예정인데요. 끊임없이 발전해 나가고 있는 BJ 멸망전, 정규 리그와는 또 다른 재미를 찾을 수 있으니 많은 기대 부탁드리겠습니다. 아프리카 TV가 생각하는 e스포츠는 우리 회사 혼자서 만들어가는 e스포츠가 아닙니다. 함께 보는 우리 유저분들과 참가하는 BJ, 그리고 프로게이머분들, 그리고 이들을 서포트하고 함께 나아가는 여러 종사자분들이 다 함께 힘을 합쳐서 만들어가는 그런 e스포츠 아프리카 TV가 앞으로도 계속 발전시키고 만들어 나가겠습니다. e스포츠의 모든 것 아프리카 TV. 2021년 아프리카 TV에서 준비한 e스포츠 리그들 여러분 함께 즐겨주세요.
양념 툭툭, 올리브유 또르르. 우와, 그리고 제로. 너무 좋다. 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
야채 착착, 방토 톡톡, 아보카도 슥슥. 그리고 제로. 이렇게 맛있다고? 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
관리받다. 관리하지 않는 순간에도 관리받다. 14일 동안 정성껏 발효한 브루잉 콤부차로 관리받다. 브루잉 콤부차.
아이시스 에코, 오늘 내룩의 찰떡.
마시고 분리수거 끝.
많은 분들이 아이시스 에코를 따르고 있습니다.
이것도 라벨이 없네?
무라벨은 따라해도 대환영. 팔로우디 에코, 아이시스 에코.
숙취 요즘 누가 저렇게 깨니? 맨날 똑같은 거, 맛없는 거 깨. 이제 탄산으로 깨. 숙취 해소의 새로운 기준. 가스강. 환도 역시 가스강이 대세.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
Semi-finals. Maru. Trap. GSL Season 1. Code S. Africa TV Freak Up Studio Live. LG Ultra Gear and Hot 6 2021. GSL Season 1.
Welcome back to GSL. Trap is dominating right now. He is looking to he's bringing every possible thing you could bring in a PVT so far.
Yeah, no,
it's incredible.
He's brought good range, and he's playing very well. I think that his decision trees are especially on point here tonight. Like, he really has great continuations for his builds that he's opening with, whatever he scouts from Maru. So, but the thing is, again, Maru's not playing poorly. He did lose those 2 games, but I don't think that this series is over. I don't think it's going to be a 4-0. Well, if it's a 4-0, that's shocking. That is truly shocking, even
also,
after this start.
You know, we had, of course, the 2 sides of the bracket for the semifinal, and if you told me that one of them would be one-sided, I'd be like, yeah, of course. It's going to be the, Dream Rogue match. But instead, I mean, it could happen here tonight. Guys, send us your cheerfuls. Cheerful is, these signs you see all the fans holding back when the world was not in the midst of a pandemic, when we could gather in groups. We still want to bring some of those feels out here. So submit them to this, there it is, submit it to the email there.
GSL@africatv.com.
And if it's picked, we will be showing it on our big screen. And trust me, we want more than anything to be able to open our studio up again, but we can't have that yet. When we can, we will let you know. I know that people are tweeting at us all the time, like, is the studio open? Can we come back? And because, in some countries, like, things are getting back to normal. It's not here yet. So even if stuff's okay in your home country, can't travel here yet and come to the studio. But when you can, we will do that, hopefully by the next season, maybe. So until then, participate in our contest.
Yes, please do. It does make it a more friendly finals. It makes the finals more cozy?
It's
Is that the word?
Well, we at least get to interact with the fans of the show a little bit more. Everybody here at the studio loves getting these cheerfuls and seeing them.
They do. They actually
We have been casting in an empty studio for over a year.
Yeah, it's been kind of...
The feels are different. The vibes are different.
Yeah.
Like, when the show ends, it's an empty, quiet studio. We're like, all right, guys.
Yeah.
Good job. We're going to go home.
Yeah.
There's no fans. There's no applause. Soon, though.
I hope.
On to our match. We're going to go to Romanticide, and if Trap wins on this map, I don't see Maru winning 4 games in a row and recovering. I think this is pivotal right now, particularly because Trap's up 2-0. Maru needs to start to get control of this best of 7.
Yeah, it's definitely a very important game here.
And so our map has now loaded up. This is Maru versus Trap, a fight to get to the Season 1 GSL Code S Finals.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world, seized the stakes. They're living a life blinded by a gentle escape.
Team NV, Maru.
He's going to make a Rax. I think he's going to make a Maka Rax, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Africa Freaks.
Just hiding that barracks behind his natural.
So this build that we've got here from Maru, this is actually one of the oldest strategies for Terran, is you put your barracks just outside your main, but when the opponent scouts it, they think that there's a barracks right outside their main.
Yeah, it just kind of fakes them out, but it's used enough that sometimes the player will check that location for it as well. Now we do have this probe kind of just scouting around looking for proxies. Not going to find one, of course. Looks like Trap getting ready to throw down that Nexus. There we go. Maru, of course, is going to be going at least factory. We'll see exactly how far up he techs. Oh, is he going to hide the fact as well? Look at that. But, like, Trap's literally not even scouting.
Yeah, this is kind of funny because he's got this really cool idea, but you need your opponent to engage with you in order for it to even start to be a factor. And so I don't know, depending on when Trap scouts, if this is even going to have any utility at all, or if
Yeah.
we're just going to have a barracks and a factory behind the minerals and the game's going to go on.
Yeah, that's...
Which could happen.
It looks like it probably will. And this is something like Maru wanted a reaction out of this, and, you know, there's a certain percentage chance that that would occur if he got scouted, but then he doesn't get scouted, so there's, like, not even the chance of Trap being even minorly stressed in that situation, you know?
Yeah, well, Trap will just play normally, and essentially that's what Maru's doing anyways, so...
Yeah, in a way, yeah. It's just with weird locations.
So the factory's been swapped on over here. We're going to have 2 Hellions at a time coming out. Back on the Protoss side of the map, it's an expand into a Twilight Council.
Yeah, we do have the starport coming up, right? So it's going to be a Hellion drop to start. We'll see if it turns into one of these builds where you get like the armory and, you know, to do a mine drop as well.
Right.
That cloak. That's been semi-popular lately in TVP. Of course, Bunny had that one that also had a Thor in it, which was just super cool.
Yeah, I would welcome something like that. And here comes that armory, actually.
Yeah,
so I think we could have this build.
Yeah, I would love to see also it turn into the Thor build, but I don't know if we'll ever see that again. The build that Bunny thought up while he was drunk. Literally, it's not a joke. He said in the interview.
It's so funny.
Oh, there's a tech lab. So that's a tech lab right next to the factory on the barracks. So he may go for the Thor build. That is a possibility here, but obviously we don't know yet.
So
that would be cool.
Yeah. So we've got 2 Widow Mines coming behind us. The Robo is inbound here. But the Widow Mines, of course, make faster than the Robo. So let's see if he sends those out down here as well. Blink is coming, but Blink is also not going to finish before this medevac is over here.
And
so
CC.
This seems a little bit like a variation of a lot of these Widow Mine drop builds we see, but he goes for the 4 Hellions first into the Widow Mines.
Yeah, and that's been semi-popular, right? Like, you have to micro a lot to deal with these Hellions, so you could get caught off guard. All right, 3 Stalkers push this back. I think he's only killed 1 probe so far.
Gets up to 4 now.
Yeah, but look, while he's microing against us, here comes that mine drop. Oh, and we see the probes running away. Beautiful the way he's dealt with that. 7 probes dying, 8 probes dying.
And the idea is to just minimize damage as much as possible. It's okay to lose 1 probe per mine hit. Obviously, you'd want to avoid that if you could, but it's acceptable. But when Blink finishes and it's done now, you want to try to catch these medevacs and catch these Widow Mines. And keep in mind that Terran is inevitably trading in. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. He's going to be able to kill this before. Yeah, if he cut.
No, you can tell Trap knew the math on that.
Yeah, he knew perfectly how to handle this.
Yeah, that's not getting under.
To what I was saying earlier, keep in mind that the Terrans trading Widow Mines in sometimes medevacs, and this doesn't feed into how big the Terrans army is going to be later on. These are units that are sacrificed to economically punish the Protoss so that Terran can get ahead in other ways. But if you shut down enough Widow Mines that don't do any damage and kill off enough medevacs, they don't get away, Protoss has some potential for a counterattack here or to take a fight in the middle of the map, and there's not a lot Terran can do about it.
Yeah, that's true. We should mention, though, that like Maru has, for years and years, basically since the Widow Mine came out, been the best at consistently dropping with things like Widow Mines and making it work out.
Yeah.
Now, it looks like he's pretty done with the Widow Mine drops. He's starting to make siege tanks. But yeah, it's something that he's very comfortable with compared to other Terrans. He really knows how to utilize a strategy like this.
He can blink up here, avoid the bunker, and I mean, I see a tank. I don't see much else. Here we go.
The Banshee, by the way, hitting during that time, not looking like it finds too much damage.
Oh, could he catch that Raven?
Oh my god, there was a Marine behind the tank that made it die.
Yeah, body blocked by your own units.
Hate it when that happens.
The Banshee's turning around as well.
Colossus Tech on the way here. Third Nexus going to be finishing up, but there is a third command center about halfway done. I mean, the worker count is not that different considering how like the command center was for Maru, because he did get some kills in there. Definitely not the end of the world for him, but I think that Trap has done a good enough job. I do not feel like Trap is behind in any way, you know? In fact, as we watch stuff like this, I feel like he's ahead.
No, he's looking pretty comfortable right now. Does damage that Raven a little bit here. The Banshee coming forward. Got to be careful, though. He does blink away. I was wondering if he might dive on the tank or the Banshee, but
he maximized damage there.
Yeah, well, also he can always blink back in later on. I mean, that was very nicely done. We're seeing an extremely small number of Stalkers do quite a bit of damage. Behind this, Trap is teching into a Disruptor, teching into a Templar Archives, and appears to be setting up for a pretty safe position on 3 bases to Terran's 2.
And it's actually going to be Disruptor here while going Templar Archives. This I did not really expect. I don't think that there's anything wrong with doing this. But that's kind of interesting because, like, seeing Blink Stalker into Disruptor and Charge, that's not that uncommon. It's not, like, super popular to go Blink Disruptor. But to go Storm at the same time.
Yeah.
That's really different.
To pair the two together, sometimes I think you would expect one or the other here.
Yeah.
Did he get that Observer?
I mean, it's always great to have multiple forms of splash and everything. It's just the fact that he went, like, Robotics Support Bay, he has a Disruptor. I almost feel like this might be partially a mind game. Like, Disruptor will stop any pushes coming in. Okay, he actually sees the High Templars. Huh. What a peculiar thing here from Trap.
Oh, is he going to get it? Wait. Oh, my God.
Oh,
Gets
man.
away.
7 health.
If you could have just evened up the like, drawn a straight line from the Stalker to the Banshee, probably could have gotten the kill, but that gets away. Keep in mind, guys, Protoss is now getting up into 4 bases. A lot of tanks have been picked off here.
Yeah.
Oh, my God!
Wow. That was a sick hit.
Trap is a beast.
He really is. His play tonight is just so strong. And that's like, he only made 1 Disruptor.
Yeah. Well,
this is, like,
it's funny.
that's what it was for, maybe?
You throw 1 Disruptor out, and then tech into Templars, get the Warp Prism. I think he's going to set up for a pretty good attack over here on the Terran's 3rd base.
Disruptors are cheap, too. So it's like, just to see him not continue to make them, I'm like, what, you don't want 2? He's like, no, you idiot. It's 1. You get 1, you fool. And I'm like, wait a minute. Aren't Disruptors amazing?
Well, I like the setup, too. He has just Stalkers in the front to make it look like it's one of those standard Stalker harass armies that's to catch stuff. And, of course, Terran tries to chase that away, and then it feeds into the situation where, as the Stalkers are retreating, through that, a Disruptor shot is coming, connects with enough targets because they can't all get into the medevacs, and chunks out a decent amount of the Terran army. And now I'm a little bit worried here. I mean, I think Protoss basically has better stuff, to be frank. Takes out both medevacs. Terran's going to be left with just Marines before he loses this game.
Yeah,
if you're a Banshee, a tank, a medevac, you're not going to be in this game in the later part here. Another big blink in comes. Storm is ready. Here it comes now. Oh my God. Trap is insane. This game's over, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disruptor shot comes out. Don't forget I have that unit as well. You're not allowed to have more than 2 types of units, Maru. Trap will not have it.
Man.
Pick one. Pick one. A Marauder and a Marine, or a medevac and a Marine. You'll never have more than that, and God forbid you make a tank.
Can't keep those
alive. That's the first thing I pick off.
Yeah.
And now Trap is on a 5th base. This should be unwinnable for Terran. Even if Terran holds this off somehow and tries to make another command center, there's just no recovery.
Truly some next level play here from Trap.
Yeah. If he gets vision of the high ground, he could probably blink up there. Too little, too late. Trap wins game 3.
Honestly,
what is going on?
This is the strongest PVT I've ever seen.
Ever.
Yeah.
He is making it look so easy. He's making Maru look like he's never played a TVP before. Like he's trying to use builds from a different matchup, and it's like, no, that's why you can't do that against Protoss.
Every single thing that Trap is doing is so insanely clean.
Yeah.
Like, all of his control, his build orders, he's very precise, his defense is solid. It's amazing to see. And now Maru is down 3-0. We're on a Blackburn. That's a map he can win.
I have never seen Maru dominated like this ever.
No, never.
Think of how long we've been casting StarCraft 2.
Let's think of how long we've been casting Maru.
Maru, we followed this guy for over a decade. And I have never seen him get owned like this. And he is getting owned. That is the correct word.
Yeah, and he's in top form, too.
Yeah.
So kind of crazy.
In what we thought would be an insanely close series, it's turning out to be quite the opposite. Now Maru has to win every single game. No more mistakes, no more misplays. Only the absolute perfect Terran play against Trap, who is making this look so easy, so simple, so straightforward. We're going to go to 2,000 atmosphere for hopefully. I'm sorry, if we're going to go to Blackburn, hopefully not for our final game. Let's go.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world, seized the stakes. They're living a life blinded by a candle.
And so he decides to go with this.
This is what you got to do after what this has looked like so far.
I mean, this could end up being an extremely short night here. Right there.
Yeah. Okay, so definitely going to be a Reaper opener there.
You don't
see
say.
what else you.
What do you know? Yeah, this is going to be quite the game. This doesn't appear to be the most dramatic proxy. I don't know if you proxy a factory as well or not. It doesn't look like it's a good spot for it, but maybe
it doesn't look
maybe
like
there's some ideas that you could play with. I don't know.
Let's see how much Trap actually scouts. Like, will he check that area?
Yeah.
Because he is checking up in the mid.
By the way, I do want to point out the last build was supposed to lead into this build, but Trap never scouted it. But the last build was a Maka Rax, and then this time it's an actual proxy Rax.
Yeah.
But Trap is playing such a different game that a lot of what Maru's trying to do is irrelevant. It's not even data that Trap is consuming. So it's like, right?
Yeah. You're very right. Like,
look at
the
this
setup
fancy
of Maru doesn't work, and that is a little bit luck based, right? Like,
Sure.
Trap just decided not to scout that last game. Now this is actually a one base build from Trap, which is going to make this is going to be a down and dirty game. Proxy Stargate on one base against the Proxy Reaper that's about to get up. The Adept just got started.
Yeah, and Protoss don't have the convenience of being able to turn any of their workers into buildings, so it's a little bit trickier to keep the workers alive, but Trap is among the very best at cycling these workers away. But now with the Adept out, and I mean, a damaged worker is still a worker that can mine. So right now the Reaper hasn't done that much, and of course if you proxy to Stargate, you see a Reaper come in this quickly, you know there's no barracks back at home for Terran.
Yeah.
And, although Marines are fairly weak against Snorkel, they can at least shoot at it. With the Stargate,
he's making a bunker right now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Void Ray. I thought it was going to be an Oracle. Okay.
Well, I think your call was probably correct. Like, Void Ray, there's nothing wrong with going for this here. You might be able to just get a kill with a Void Ray all in.
Yeah. Well, especially, again, there's not anything that can easily combat this. There's a Cyclone on the way, but keep in mind, add-ons point to the right side of buildings.
Yeah, that's true.
This Terran is on the left side of the map, so the add-ons can be picked quite easily. It's one of the few things that kind of positionally is a bit of a disadvantage, or something that can be positionally exploited by the other side here.
All right, the first Void Ray coming up. He's trying to chase down this Reaper first. He will get that kill. And here we go. We do have the pylon coming up for some shield batteries.
Okay, so the trick is you just pull out of that aim circle.
You want to really try not to take hull damage.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Any hull damage. Oh my God, he's gonna not get it.
Get it eventually.
Yeah. Kills that.
And oh my God, he's getting +1 air attack. He's going up into like Tempest, I assume here.
And there are Marines being made inside the main. Now I don't know what's back at home.
That's cute.
But keep in mind, Protoss is going to be warping stuff in. So, I mean, you might have actually nothing back at home if these Marines come in here.
Well, he just sent the 2 Adepts back home.
Does he know?
Yeah, I think he
might have peeked with a probe.
Yeah, maybe. Now, here come those Marines.
This is pretty big. Oh.
Yeah, the Adepts are a ways off. Look at that. They actually come to fight while they still have the shield battery.
Citizen's arrest over here with these Adepts. Oh, my God.
So 2 Cyclones and 2 Cyclones and 2 Vikings unable to get him there.
Yeah, this is a chaotic
This is
game
a
4.
wild game.
I love games like this where there's so much going on right away and everything is so impactful. But the Tempest is going to be out now, and the Tempest is really much more abusive in these positions.
If they, I was going to say, if they could kill that add-on,
that would be
so huge.
So good.
That lock-on is such an important. Magfield is like, makes it so much easier to hold something like this. All right, well, the thing is, this can be a very prolonged push. Is it going to heal that? No, just let it die. It only costs 100 mirror. What? Oh my god.
Just to make a point.
Yeah.
So the Tempest, I mean, besides the fact that Terran can't expand, you can just hurl shots over here. And I'm on the same page as you, Artosis. If he could kill that add-on, that would be so sweet.
Yeah, he's not going to get it in time. But I mean, even just getting it, right, is reasonable.
Oh, yeah.
Killing anything here, because, like, Trap is going to take his time with this push, I think.
No, there's no reason for Trap to rush this. Oh my god!
Crazy.
How does that live?
He needs a Nexus so he can overcharge these, man.
It's actually not a bad idea, to be honest.
Dude, Magfield is crazy there, but what's even crazier is that they're not dying to it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the next lock-on they get on these damaged ones, they're not going to live. I think Maru's going to take this one.
It seems like he's hanging on pretty well. The batteries are going to get closer, but again, that tech lab was not destroyed that had that pivotal upgrade. Ooh, you can one-shot him.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Just wait until he has 4 and you can one-shot a Viking.
He does have that +1 as well. Oh, this is crazy. Now there's a siege tank to help kind of pick this off.
Yeah, the siege tank is the only retaliation against the batteries on the ground. But
yeah, and he is making that Nexus, by the way, for the overcharges. What an all-in here from Trap.
If he snipes the tank, though, if he snipes the tank, that's huge.
It would be a good kill. But you also don't want to overextend. Like, you can give up a shield battery too. It doesn't matter that much. Just make sure you don't lose your Tempest, because now we're up to like the super one-shot territory.
Yeah, and when you can flick down anything the Terran has, it's a threat. And he just wishes he had air attack level 2. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, that's an upgrade he may not be able to get yet. Yeah. We're going to use the shades to go up here, kind of spot what's going on.
Yeah, surveying the situation. The bunker is going to make it a little bit more difficult to get in here, but oh my god, great usage of the Guardian Shield there, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Didn't even occur to me that's what he was trying to do until he turned it on there.
It is smart.
4 Tempests total. I think the 4th about to merge with the 3 here. There it is now. This bunker has not been repaired. The Nexus is done. Let's start making probes and mining.
Yeah.
You might as well.
I would like to see him mine like a little tiny bit there, but his money is very tight right now.
Now, there is a soft spot over here. We can see that you don't really have to deal with the bunker or the tanks. Oh, wow.
Oh, he actually sees the Vikings going over.
God.
But you know what? The landing Vikings is not the worst idea, right? Like, you can kill all the probes in like 1 second.
But then he can send the probes over to the natural and just mine there.
Oh my god, just recall the probes immediately.
Yeah, recall the probes immediately.
That is brilliant, Tasteless. You are a dirtbag.
I am a piece of garbage. All right, here we go.
Look at this.
Go, 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 go. Oh, not going to recall.
You're just going to right-click them. That works too, I guess. You're not going to catch those with one of the slower units.
Vikings on foot are comically slow.
Look at this. He's bringing up his big guns now as well.
I can't believe this game. This Nexus is now the launching pad for the attack. It's now the expansion, and I don't think Terran can lift it. First of all, Terran cannot get out of here without losing all the SCVs.
Yeah, I think he's dead. Look at that. Uses that overcharge. This one just won't die.
What is this game?
Oh my god, it won't die.
Keeps hitting this bunker. It's 1 more shot away. Now the Vikings aren't there, so he can start making probes at his main again if he wants.
Well, the Vikings coming back to fight. The overcharge has been used. This is Maru's last-ditch attempt here.
Yeah, if he can't hold it now, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
There are so many Tempests here.
Well,
he's
he gets
out
2.
of range of the batteries here.
He gets 3, 4, and GG.
Whoa!
Whoa! That was...
What?
That was crazy.
What?
Trap definitely did go to the wrong side there, but Maru had a lot of Vikings.
That was insane.
Whew. That was a wild game. Trap mixing up there on Blackburn, and Maru will not go down without a fight. Play the IM theme song, Tasteless, because he ain't going down without a fight.
We won't go. How does it go?
We won't back down from a fight.
That was a cool.
How do you live through that? It's a base trade immediately because you lose your Nexus.
Guys, quick break, and then we continue on with the semifinals. Don't go away.
양념 툭툭, 올리브유 또르르. 우와. 그리고 제로. 너무 좋다. 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
야채 착착, 당토 톡톡, 아보카도 슥슥. 그리고 제로. 이렇게 맛있다고? 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
관리받다. 관리하지 않는 순간에도 관리받다. 14일 동안 정성껏 발효한 브루잉 콤부차로 관리받다. 브루잉 콤부차.
아이시스 에코. 오늘 내룩의 찰떡.
마시고 분리수거 끝.
많은 분들이 아이시스 에코를 따르고 있습니다.
이것도 라벨이 없네?
무라벨은 따라해도 대환영. 팔로우디 에코. 아이시스 에코.
숙취 요즘 누가 저렇게 깨니? 맨날 똑같은 거, 맛없는 거 깨. 이제 탄산으로 깨. 숙취 해소의 새로운 기준. 가스강. 환도 역시 가스강이 대세.
디자인하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
Everybody's gotta believe in something. 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 Everybody's
The Jim Raynor guitars are playing. Those are the Jim Raynor guitars. I hate them Zergs. Well, you better hate them Protoss right now. Zeratul is not your friend.
Oh, man.
Raynor, you redneck. You backwards space
Zeratul
cowboy.
already killed his boy Maru a couple times.
That's true.
Yeah.
Zeratul's already taken Maru. Zeratul, you goth.
You
You goth. Zeratul's a goth kid, am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
He is.
For sure, yeah. Dark Templar, yeah. They're total
I heard
goths.
Zeratul wears Jinkos. Is that true? Remember Jinkos?
Very much so.
Oh, there's a
Those
whole
are so
generation that
expensive.
didn't. Yeah, expensive, ugly, giant pants. Like each pant leg looked like a dress.
Yeah, that was crazy.
My
That
mom,
was crazy
I
time.
was at a store when I was a kid, and my mom bought. I saw Jinkos. I'm like, I want that. It's cool. And my mom's like, all right, I bought it. And then everybody at school made fun of me for a whole day, and I never wore them again.
They cost like $80.
I know. I didn't even wear them in my house. I was so ashamed. We're gonna go to the next game.
GSL
Again, Maru needs to
Season
keep the ball rolling, or he's out, and Trap moves on.
Tastes, I gotta say, I'm really glad that your friends all bullied you when you were Jankos to school.
It wasn't even my friends. It was all the people in the school.
Yeah.
All the grades, all the teachers. Teachers were like, that looks weird. It's
they're right.
I'm still messed up from it.
Yeah, I can tell.
But let's bring Jinkos
Well, that's what
back.
brought you into esports,
That's
Tastes,
right.
because
It
otherwise
was
you
the
would have been.
Jinkos that I bought when I was in 7th grade.
They set you on a different course.
Yeah.
You were going towards darkness with those Jankos.
Yeah.
Oh, tasteless.
Or the Insane Clown Posse, one of those two things.
Is this maybe
Oh, wait.
eBay?
Is that an eBay block? Wait, is it one SCV?
It's an eBay block one.
Oh, that's a probe going up, not an SCV. Okay. Yeah, it is an eBay block.
All right, so gonna slow him down, but I mean, when Trap scouts this, everyone, this is like popular enough that you have a backup plan for this by now, right? Oh, his plan is to bring 4 more probes?
Yeah.
That was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, I don't think we've really casted this before, but this
Then he
is a
sends
cool
one
approach.
back?
Yeah, and then the SCV comes back and goes into the main.
I want him to explain this to me. He's like, yeah, you send 4 additional, but then you turn one around right away.
So he will get the Nexus up. This should sync up just about with 400 minerals.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
Good or bad? Thumbs up or thumbs down, Artosis?
I think that Maru should be totally fine with what's occurred here. Like, I like it slightly more for Maru. That did not, I was saying how it, like, you have a plan now because eBay block is popular enough. But that didn't feel like a very well thought out plan, especially when you turn the probe around. That's when you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a funny moment.
Yeah, yeah. So
I definitely don't think Maru was, wondering if the probes would come down and attack that. Keep in mind, these guys are not teammates anymore, so, they're able to do some of these surprising strats I think they otherwise wouldn't be using against each other. They'd be using it against players that are not on Jin Air. Back when that was a team.
Yeah, but that's everybody now because there's no Jin Air.
That's right.
Green wings or angel wings now, tasteless.
That's right. So we have a Nexus coming here. It's once again Twilight Council. Whoa, did he see? Did he actually get any vision up there? Oh, not really.
Yeah, that's not that much actually.
Yeah, that's fine.
You like he could have told you that it was going to be that.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just making this.
He's like, a
2
factory
CCs up.
and a barracks? What the hell's going on here?
Yeah. Are you teching up and possibly expanding? Who does that?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Where's your 4th command center?
Yeah. Wait, who used to do that? Was that Supernova or was that that was 4GG?
Oh, yeah,
Remember when
yeah.
he first
That
switched
was
over, everyone was doing 3CC builds, and he started doing 4
4CC.
We were like, is he the smartest pro game ever? And it never really worked.
Yeah, it's like, well, eventually you need to make those SCVs mine, but get attacking units.
Yeah.
Cool idea, though. I like when we see stuff like that get experimented with, and then we understand it. We're like, okay.
Well, you always got to take it one step further, man. It's like the guy who first made toast, you know?
Did he take it a step further?
Yeah, he cooked the bread a 2nd time.
Wow. You're right.
Yeah. sometimes you're genius and sometimes the 4th CC doesn't work, right? And 3rd toasting, we all know that's no good.
No, we all know that one.
Yeah. I even tried it. It just burns it tasteless. Makes your house stink.
It's going to be a DT drop.
Oh, again. All right. All right. But Maru's being aggressive enough that he's going to figure out what's going on, I think. Oh, drops the mine right there.
Okay, the
ropes
ropes are going to pull away.
Ooh.
Ouch. Still one more Widow Mine in there. Can't save that one in time. Oh, these Hellions are insane.
Oh, my God.
Good catch by our Observer.
Seriously.
12.
And he sees the Dark Shrine. Getting 15 kills.
Oh, my God.
And you see the Dark Shrine.
Is he ready, though?
Dude.
I think he barely has
ready?
a scan.
He's going to have 4 Ravens out soon, okay? Is he ready? It's like a full wall. Look at these DTs that can't even get in. Look at this. They're hitting buildings with swords. These idiots.
These idiots.
Dude, it's like a bad medieval game. Like all the guys run up and hit the buildings with swords.
It's all the infantrymen run up with their swords and pikes and start to hit the walls of the.
No, you're gonna break in the castle like that? Is that how a siege works? King Arthur would roll over in his grave if he saw this.
Now someone pour burning oil onto these guys now. These idiots.
Yeah. Wait till they really make those swords dull, though, guys. God, as if the rocks that make up my castle cared all about your dumb
swords. As if a building had hit points right now. What are we doing, you idiot?
Jeez. All right, so he has a Raven up. Like, this is... Maru looks amazing here. Maru is, like, really far ahead Tasteless.
Yeah, he's in pretty good shape, isn't he? But what does he have to say to an Archon drop?
Well, I think he'll lose like a few SCVs, but then hold it.
So I should move these. All right.
Gotta be careful here. That disable could always come out. It never does, though. It's the funny part.
Yeah. But we got to say it. One day we're going to look smart. Stim coming now. Zealot charge is also upgrading. The Forge almost done. As the 3rd base is taken here, Protoss continuing to develop, but again, Terran in better condition overall.
The push out is going to be fearsome.
Yeah, and it could be fatal even for Trap.
Oh, look at this. He knows the Archon drop wants to come over here. But Trap takes the short route instead of going all the way around the side. He can come in from behind with that Viking.
Now, can he disable
if he goes
this
to the
and kill
back,
it with
well,
the
you have to
Viking?
insta-recall. Like, you have to recall, yeah. If only that Raven was another Phoenix or another Viking.
If only that Raven was 3 more Vikings.
If only that Raven had Yamato cannon.
Yeah.
Where's our balance patch? It's the only way to stop Archon drops.
Here comes that push, and again, I'm on the same page as you, Artosis. I am worried here for Trap. Even loses that Observer. Stim almost done. Tell me that Protoss has more than that. it's like the most puny thing I've ever seen.
He's got those 2 Archons in the Hurt Prism too, Tasteless.
Okay, well he's fine.
He's fine,
no,
dude.
Don't worry. You can handle this.
He's got 2 sentries in there. Watch this.
Army supply is 70 to 29.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Oh, he gets that feedback. Ooh. Raven's not going to do very much now, is it?
Yeah, well, I don't know if this Nexus is going to live through this. I don't claim to be clairvoyant, but something tells me.
Yeah, you might be
GG.
Right. Wow.
Maru wins again.
3-2 Tasteless.
It's happening.
What are you going to do when Maru comes back and wins 4-0 after you said that from a 3-0 it's impossible? Are you going to apologize to the fans?
You better believe I'm going to be apologizing in front of a bunch of microphones. It's going to be one of those situations. I'm going to be asking for forgiveness and saying that I can redeem myself.
Yeah.
And that I've learned from my mistakes.
Well, I don't know if we're going to let you back, Tasteless. I was thinking that, like, I'll have a chat with everybody and we'll decide what to do to let you back in. I was thinking maybe we'll come up with some sort of standardized test for you to take to see if you're worthy.
That's what we need.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure about you, Tasteless.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know, Artosis.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Game 6. Thank God this isn't one-sided, by the way. 3.
Well, it was one-sided for a 3-0, and now it's one-sided for a 2-0.
It could get, if it gets even more one-sided, Maru wins this. That's how it works.
Yeah.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world. Seize the stakes. They're living a life like
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's Nautilus. The thing is, everyone goes to the center. So, like, if he makes a proxy in the center, so he goes around the center? What are we doing?
The center of this map looks like it's where a sacrifice is supposed to happen.
Oh, look at where he's going to make a proxy. That, I guess it's right outside of the watchtower. But yeah, it does look like where a sacrifice should happen.
Yeah. Is the probe going to see this? Oh.
Are you kidding me?
My God.
He's literally, like, what? Like, you just have to cancel it. You can't. You just have to start a barracks at home. What in the hell was that? Like, you know what? He's going 2 gas. He was planning to proxy there. I think they both found this spot or something.
Yeah, that must be like the good proxy location. This is what happens when these guys are not on the same team now.
Super teched.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world for Terran, but it's pretty bad to have an interruption like that.
Yeah, it definitely, it's a stumbling block. But, you know, just the fact that a pro was out there at that time, I think that tells Maru something. I think Maru is just the type of player that can roll with something like this. Right?
Well,
like,
I want to
things
see
can go wrong for him, and he can recover.
So, you know, normally these builds, if they look more normal, are pretty fine-tuned, so we kind of know the ins and outs, but I'm not sure if there's anything that Trap can do specifically to exploit the situation and leverage it. We do know that Terran is slowed down overall.
Yeah, and we don't know, like, okay, where is he? Starts his command center. Whoa, a hidden Twilight way across the map. That's not going to get scouted.
No, I mean, this is the 4-player map.
Yeah,
we should mention this, that there's not normally 4-player maps in StarCraft 2.
There's generally 1 to 2 a year, and they're both in GSL, and normally not played, but Nautilus is the best one we've had so far.
Yeah.
So it's actually getting some action.
But when you're on a 4-player map, it's much harder to scout hidden tech. There's just a lot more locations.
Well, especially where he chose to put it. That's like a location where that has 0 value at all. It's like just so far away from everything, so you just, the odds of scouting are very low.
And yeah, it's going to be DT, I guess. Oh, that's funny. He then hides that one there.
Oh, God, they're just hiding everything. A couple Hidley-hoos over here.
Hidley-hoos!
Dude, okay, so... Yeah,
he didn't get close enough to confirm there's no Nexus.
If he just walks Invisible Men in and wins... It's kind of like, for this crazy series, a little bit anticlimactic, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
But there's something very Protoss about it.
Well, that's for sure.
It's
yeah.
like, imagine if you just weren't ready for the unit that you can't see.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that's that.
It's like, oh, you didn't have multiple scans ready? Well, I win.
Yeah. Well, that was
silly
mistake.
of
But
you.
I'll tell you what, Artosis, he did proxy and get caught.
Yeah, that's true. That was very Protoss of him.
Yeah. And I guess you know, we were talking earlier about, you know, Terran should be fine, but I wonder if there's anything that Protoss can do that exploits the situation. I think this is actually it, because you're going to be in such a hurry to catch back up, because you know economically the Protoss is just going to get further and further ahead, that you're probably not saving energy. You probably are landing mules.
Well, let's see here.
36 energy and 38 energy.
Yeah, let's just see if he saves, right? Because this is what it comes down to.
Okay, so
does he drop mules? Just watch. If he does not drop any mules...
Wait, he didn't time this out right.
he sees it now.
Oh my God, he gets one away.
Okay, yeah, he gets one.
Oh, easy.
Everyone pops in, actually gets a kill there, which is pretty nice.
He should have a second scan. There it is.
Oh, he gets them all. He gets them all tasteless.
Trap really messed that up.
Yeah, he did mess that up. He could have split a little bit better than that, I think.
Okay, so wait, what is the energy at now?
It's low.
Now, we have a Raven that's 70% done.
This won't kill him. I mean, this is nice from Trap. This is making this much more worthwhile. Those first 3 dying so quickly. But don't forget, he has bought a lot of DTs here. Oh, God.
Yeah, well, also he can separate them. You know, one can avoid the Raven. That's what he's going to do here.
Ooh. Turns that tank around.
Yes, he
Look
really
at the DTs.
Going to turn into an Archon here. This is so funny.
And then a recall on it because that
Oh
gives him
my
enough health.
God! That didn't even occur to me.
Smart.
That is so.
That was
big brain.
It really was.
That
big
is
brain.
galaxy brain stuff right there.
Yeah. I've actually not seen that where you you morph them to recall. That feels like one of those situations though, like you morph it to recall and then the recall doesn't work and you just wasted the recall and you're like, oh no.
You're like, well, I was trying that on the fly. I knew I was in a bad spot, but I thought I was onto something.
Yeah.
So a quick third Nexus here.
Now look, the Archon is coming back.
Yeah.
He's coming back to see like the spot where it all happened.
He's gonna get a tattoo about this to remember.
Dad, where was I born? And Trap's like, well, this is a crazy story. You started out as two DTs,
yeah,
and you were getting some good damage when the Raven came, and then you know the two DTs had you. And we just recalled you out. And then they had a fight, and he's going to find that spot where he was born, man, because there's no reason for him to be in front of Maru's base right now.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh, this is really your origin story here.
Yeah. Look at him just stand there. He's just watching, like, pensively and stuff.
He's thinking about going in. The emotional scars run deep.
Yeah, because here's the thing, like, Trap has raised him, like, Trap is his legal guardian, but, like, he feels like he owes something to Maru as well, you know? Like, he wants to hear Maru's side of what happened also. So that he's waiting. He's just waiting outside thinking about it. But Maru's not even looking out the window. It's, like, really sad.
Okay. There's going to be a pickup. Did he do that too fast? Maybe not.
I don't think so.
He's
Dude,
like,
the
I'm
Archon
gonna
is
drop
still
the
sitting
gateway.
there. I can't believe the Archon is still sitting there. I hope he recalls that Archon again, Tasteless.
And this is really where the Archon was almost conceived, right? That's where the two DTs warped in.
Well, this is where the DTs met.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so that's like an important moment, but like when they met, they, you know, who would have known what was going to happen there?
Yeah, it was supposed to just be a simple DT rush.
Yeah.
Cut and dry.
All right. Looks like the Archon did get pulled back with the rest of the army.
Uh-oh. These Zealots are not fast. You're going to pick them off.
Ooh, Maru's coming for you. Not a lot of units here.
There's that Archon.
Dude, it kind of looks like last game where there's just not enough units.
Yeah, I think there's
you get some more orphans, actually. 3 Archons isn't too bad. Oh, that's a lot of mines, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and the mines connect pretty nicely.
Oh, auto turrets coming down. Maybe too quick on the auto turrets.
This is an unfortunate position for these gateways here. He can get that pylon, actually.
Doesn't need it. You can just kill everything that they're powering. It's the opposite.
Auto turrets come down. Oh my God, we're going to Game 7.
Game 7, man.
Game 7.
Here we go. What do you do now? We've had 2 one-sided 3-0s. Who wins the last game?
I don't know, but it's cool.
You know, best of 7 reverse all kills, you can count how many we've had on, like, one hand. Sulky Innovation. SOS against Classic.
Yeah.
I think those are. There was actually. I think there might have been one more in that same super tournament, wasn't there? It was actually dark for someone as well.
You can count them on a Thor's foot. That's how few there are.
Almost. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, this has been a very Dark Templar night for Trap.
That's right.
He has really been getting his inner Shakuras on.
That's so funny. I can't believe the way this night is going. Another extremely close semifinals. Maru's actually in the process of doing the reverse sweep if Trap doesn't stop him. I've been informed that our players are asking for a break, so when we're ready to go back to the match, we will.
Yeah, this is an intense, high-stress game.
We might finally get rid of that G5L trophy that keeps coming downstairs.
I want him to barely never win it, and then, like,
There's been a
sometime
couple
in the
times
future when he goes to the military, we melt it in front of him.
There's been a couple times where I've thought about just asking the staff here if I can take that home.
Yeah.
But tonight we might actually give the trophy away.
Well, we wouldn't give it away tonight, would we? He'd have to win the finals.
But this is the first step to do that, Artosis.
Yes, that's true. Trap.
This is scary. I mean, statistically, this just never happens. It might not happen. I mean, Trap might actually still win, but
no, he could definitely pull this out still. Like, he has been going DTs a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe almost too much. I'm not even...
It's curious, right? I mean, I think a DT play is fine. Maybe once in a best of 7, but we've had a lot of DT plays. And,
yeah.
DTs, they either work very well or the Terran counters you and can kill you.
Well, when you're walking the DTs in, it's very different from a DT drop, right?
Correct.
Because, like, the DTs don't really have such an easy way out.
Right.
So there's a little bit of added risk, even though it can come a little bit quicker and everything. A little bit cheaper to get it there. But yeah, we'll see what he's going to do here. Light Shade is going to be our final and deciding map. This is a pleasant surprise.
This has been a great night.
3-0 to start. I thought we were just going to be done.
No kidding. We're going to go to the final match. Who moves on to the finals? Maru or Trap? Rogue is waiting there for
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world. Seize the stakes. They're living a life like
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. Got to do it. He's like trying to think back. He's like, how did I win so many GSLs and now I'm losing to this guy? He's like, wait a minute. Didn't I just proxy all the time?
I should make buildings in the middle of the map again. That was good.
And then Trap is sitting there. He's like, Mars is so hard to beat. How would he be easy to beat? It's like invisible men.
He's like, should I start making units he can see or should I go back to the Invisibles?
He should stay on the Invisibles. 2 barracks.
Now, is this going to get scouted?
Dude,
he has
this is
a probe coming out.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I think he's gonna just scout it. Yeah, he is. No.
Oh!
He clicked and then clicked back. Oh, tasteless.
Oh my god.
Oh, tasteless, tasteless.
Oh my god.
He's gonna die to a bunker rush, I think.
He can rush the gateway.
Yeah.
It's down there on the low
He
ground.
will, like, as soon as you depower that, it's like basically done. What, are the probes gonna win? No.
So
Cybernetic
core
core
goes down there. All of his assets are right there, about to be rushed.
Maru's victory is going to consist of holding a 1-base Tempest all in, having detection twice, and a Marine rush that didn't get scouted. And on to the finals he goes!
Here we go. Watch Trap's face.
Yeah, he is
He's
not
like,
going to be happy about it.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my
god.
god. Yeah, you can see he's taking his hand off of his keyboard and everything because it's like...
This is basically a hard counter.
Yeah, you like he even trapped you in, so that's it. He knows, too. It's heartbreaking, actually, to see the look on Trap's face here because it's like he really wanted to go to the finals. He wants to win a GSL, but he's actually out now. After starting 3-0.
This is going to die before the Stalker gets out.
Yeah.
Boom. And now he just moves through the bunker here. And, I mean, the problem is even the Stalker, I think it'll eventually come out, but, he's got a battery. But there's so many SCVs that can repair.
Yeah, there's so many. I almost feel like he needs to try to put like a robo down on the high ground or something, or a forge and get some cannons, like anything other than this because there's no way to hold the low ground. You can't
Look at Trap. He knows. He knows what's happening. Such a frustrating loss here. Now everything's unpowered.
Oh,
still,
man.
The Stalker a little bit less than halfway done. And now he can go for the Cybernetic score, which is going to make it so that he can only make Zealots, even if he had a gateway. GG! Maru goes on to the finals to fight Rogue.
Wow.
Reverse sweep.
Yeah, so Maru now ties the all-time record. It's now a 3-way record on GSL Finals. This will be his 6th finals, along with Sue and MVP. Trap devastated there. He was millimeters from going to the finals again. That would have been his 3rd.
Oh, man, what a frustrating loss. And Trap was up 3-0.
Yeah.
And lost 4 games in a row, each one a different tragedy for him. And now Maru is in the finals. He'll be going up against Rogue again. We're going to hop into an interview, I think in a second, see how Maru's feeling. He's done it. And what a finals we're going to have for Season 1 of the GSL. Cannot wait.
And the legacy of Jin Air continues, by the way. 3
네,
Jin Air
정말
players.
Wow, what a dramatic turnaround. Maru defeats Trap with a reverse sweep, and he moves on to the finals of this GSL. Congratulations. Thank you. Wow, after 3 losses, you gained 4 straight wins to win the series. So how do you feel after winning, Maru? When I was down for 3-0, I literally gave up. I never expected myself to move on, so I just can't believe everything that's happening right now. Wow, in the last game, it was a 3-3 score, and you went for the decisive bunker rush. So what was that about? Well, that was not the build I prepared for initially. When I had a toilet break, I had a lot of thoughts. And then I just wanted to go for a build I wanted to play. Wow, Maru, you're definitely on a different level. When Blackburn, you were able to get the win, and then I think that was the really instrumental to your turnaround. You know, I literally gave up. And I think Trap let his guard down. In all this, the build, the Battle of Wits was really fierce. And you were really good at catching off the Dark Templars. So how did you feel after catching off the Dark Templars? Well, I was looking at a different location and I saw something crawling. And then I thought I would just be screwed. And then I had a feeling something was coming, and I tried to play passive, and I scanned at the right timing. So as I said before, Maru, you were down 3-0, but you had the presence of mind to win 4 straight games. So Maru, I'm sure you felt devastated after the 3-0 score. So how did you feel? I mean, my mentality was shattered after I was down 3-0. So, you know, I just wanted to go home. I was sitting down for 2 minutes. But, you know, I try to remain poised and calm. So in the end, Maru, your determination for the G5L is stronger than ever. Now you just have to defeat Rogue. And now you will rewrite GSL history. So do you think the G5L will be possible now? Well, I feel Rogue is the best Zerg out there. So I'm not too sure right now. But Maru, your G5L achievement is so close. But I think the main reason I won today is because of my luck. Because today I thought I made good preparation. But contradictory to that, I was down 3-0. So let's see if Maru will be able to achieve his G5L this season. So before you go, Maru, anything you want to say? I didn't anticipate to go to the finals, so I was like literally given up after 3-0. But I'm really happy to move on to the finals. And my team is supporting me really well, so I think that's why I was able to advance. Once again, congratulations, Maru. Thank you.
All right, we've got another finals, and this is really as good as you can get.
Yeah. That is pretty amazing from Maru. Now 2 in a row. He did have that 4 in a row where he won them all. You can see that record, being shown here. It's crazy. If he wins GSL, that's 5. That's the record, man.
Nuts.
All Code S's and all recent.
I can't believe these semifinals we had here.
No,
they were both so close.
This was insane, and I can't believe how it ended, where he actually clicked the probe one time close enough to scout and then turned it around.
No, I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, the amount of games that are won and lost on that.
I can't believe. Best semifinals, I think, list all the GSLs. This one might be the top.
It was it was insane, really, how it went down. It was just crazy to be 3-0, and it looked like the best PBTs I've ever seen, and then Maru just kind of barely held on, like he was close to death. and then like blocked DTs a couple times, and then just rushed and it didn't get scouted, and that was it. That was his victory, and like power to him, man. Right? Like Trap is trying to pull a fast one a few times, trying to play a little bit greedy, and he punished all of it. And now he gets to go to the finals, and I think that Rogue against Trap would have been Rogue favored. I think Rogue against Maru is very tight.
Who do you think takes our grand finals here?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know.
That is
I
a
really
good
can't
question.
call this one.
Well, they're both like super champions where they can beat absolutely anyone. They are not players that are used to getting second place in anything. They are two of the winningest players of all time.
They're the two easiest players to say, oh, that guy is probably the favorite for the tournament.
Yeah.
And now they're both here in the finals.
Yeah.
They both fought hard, I think, against very worthy opponents.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I have no idea who's going to take this.
Maybe Rogue is like 51% favored.
I always
don't
bet
know.
on Rogue, but I'm actually leaning slightly Maru right this second, but I don't know.
I can't blame you.
Yeah.
You know? Wow. All right, guys. Well, that finals is going to be on Thursday. So we have Monday off, no GSL Monday. Thursday, same time that we're always on, 6:30 p.m. KST.
That is correct. So 1 week from now, we are going to be in that finals, and it is going to be just awesome. Don't forget to send in your cheerfuls, your signs.
And do that soon. The deadline is just around the corner. I think it closes on Monday.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. So definitely do that right away.
Yeah, we just got confirmation. It closes on Monday.
And that'll be Sunday for most of you. So
yeah, we're in the future here.
Do that, guys. Okay, it's going to be an amazing finals. I cannot wait for this. Rogue Maru, whoever wins, it's a record, right? You tie, you get the most GSL Code S victories ever in 5, or you tie Nestea for the most GSLs won as a Zerg. This is like, they're getting into these really esteemed places at this point.
Yeah.
Where
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And again, I'm so happy with how our semifinals went. I mean, the games were really good, really back and forth with Dream versus Rogue, and then this one is such an insane comeback story. After the first 2 games, I thought Trap was going to 4-0.
Yeah. Especially the way that rush started. And it feels like he bungled it a little bit, too.
As good as Maru is, too, you don't really think that he's going to 4-0 Trap after Trap's playing that well. So that's a crazy plot twist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm happy with this result. And
yeah. Well, how can you not be?
finals.
So, dude, join us for the finals, man. 6:30 p.m. on Thursday.
By the way, we just put up the ASL group selection full of subtitles. So if you want to check that out, it's
That's
on the same
channel that you're
here.
watching us on now.
Yeah,
the bot is up.
That's right. Check that out with all subtitles. That's like a great thing. Like that's never been done before. I've completely subtitled.
I like what we're doing
group
with this
selection.
Yeah, I think it's a better way to consume it than to try to have somebody sort of do it live. But it's you know things get
more
lost in
precise here.
translation, and this way I think it's captured more effectively for the viewer. So definitely check that out.
Indeed. So
we'll be casting Valorant. This weekend, so join us for that on the official Valorant channel.
And the next ASL day will be up really soon, and then the other one just after that. I mean, it's just we're busy.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
We've
you
been
and I are going to
extremely
cast,
busy.
and then the next 2 days on Valorant, and then Monday we have off because the finals is on Thursday. Nice.
It's the only reason we have that day off.
Yes. Thank God. Well,
they're just not going to close the show out, are they? All right.
No,
They're still here.
I guess not. They have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Not sure what it would be, but I'm done.
I'm done. I'm checked out at this point in time.
Yeah, I put everything I had into.
Yeah. And there's stuff I wasn't even going to bring up, like the Valorant cast, but I'm like, well, we're just still on camera, so here we are.
Yeah.
Video games are pretty cool, huh?
Video games?
Video
They're
games,
all right.
man. They play them on
They're pretty
TV
neat.
now.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Wait, people like to watch that? Why don't you just play the video games?
Is my pocket handkerchief coming out too much? Let's move that in there.
What are you doing? Why are you fixing that right at
look
the
at
end of the
that.
show?
Look, yours is like in.
Don't you touch that! Oh, that looks terrible.
That looks terrible.
What?
Look at this. It looks like I have a little mini crown in my pocket, or
That's
like
what it's supposed to look
it looks
like,
like a little one of those newspaper boats. Newspaper
Yeah,
hats.
a little bit.
They're still going.
Yeah, no, they got a lot to say, man.
Sometimes when we do these shows,
I want to get that translated and see what they're really saying.
Yeah, let's get that subtitled. And
yeah.
Figure out how on earth they're still filling time right now.
Like, yeah, but Rogue is like.
But Rogue, I mean,
he's done this and that.
Such a great Zerg player. And the guy's like, yeah, I know, but Maru's pretty good.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, I know.
Yeah, but when they play each other, they have this record. Like. Oh my. I was just staring at the camera until it turns off.
This point in time, I feel like someone's playing a prank on us.
I know. It
There's a point where you're like kind of keeping that broadcaster persona, and then eventually you're like, okay, that music can only mean one thing. It's time to close the show, I think. But I haven't been cued into it, but this music's playing. This must be like with the Oscars, they do this for the casters down there, like, all right, music's on. All right, guys, bye-bye.